Welcome in, everybody. Welcome in. Just give me, I say, about 60 seconds to about a minute, just so I can get everything set up on my YouTube. As you know, I have to wait for it to upload so that I can pull everything up that I need to upload. So I just want to thank everybody who's tuning in very quickly here and who have made it in right away. Just give me your patience for just 1 minute. Almost ready here. Almost ready. It's about 45 more seconds, I promise. Got a lot of stuff to go over today. We'll finish that video that we started in the update. I think that'll be fun to finish off with everybody in here. Then we can have a little bit of comments and whatnot. So I want to thank everybody who's making this community everything that it is right now, as it's been a very, very inclusive environment lately, and that's exactly what I'm striving for. I want that positivity so that everybody can feel that welcoming gesture, so that we're not afraid to ask for help. And then we can also get that information out there. We got a big inflection point today with XRP, as it's going to be a big deciding point here. Are we going to start pumping here in anticipation of the Hinman docs being released, or is XRP going to maintain being flat? Is the ride over? We'll take a very close look at the charts, but I really want to get into the rest of the video as well with Gary Gensler, just so everybody knows what we were talking about. But I'm going to get into the whole spew here in just a minute. I'll get into the whole spew in just a minute. Let me just bring up the chat. So, good mid-afternoon, 2:54 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on this Monday, what is it today? June 13th, I believe it is already. Or no, June 12th, 2023. I'm XRP Future Millionaire, and I reside in the great state of Michigan. So we've got a lot of volatility going on in the crypto markets, but we're going to get into that. We're going to deep dive into the charts, but I want to get in and finish off this video real quick with Gary Gensler, just so everybody can see it, because I did promise, and then I'll say hi to everybody. So let's get into this, and let's watch this very, very quickly.
They're dealing against their customers.
Given what you just said, that you've seen this in the business models, not just of Binance, but elsewhere, what does this mean for the crypto industry more broadly?
Look, I think the crypto industry more broadly, if it's going to have any success going forward, has to come into compliance with basic public policy about disclosure, about avoiding conflicts, about properly segregating customer funds, and guarding against fraud manipulation. Without that, this whole area stands a chance of collapsing like a house of cards. And look, there's legitimate questions out there. What even might be the value of the individual tokens? We're merit neutral, but we're not public policy neutral. The business models need to adjust to come into compliance, and that may be hard work, but it's going to promote trust in this field, which otherwise it's just, as I've often said, it's a Wild West and a bunch of casino operators.
Okay, so that's just another little snippet from there. As you can see, he's got a very clear agenda here, and in the beginning of that, if you watched the update earlier, he talked about how he's not going to disclose, upcoming possible further lawsuits on different entities. So we'll see what comes up there. So right now, as we can see, XRP is making a fantastic push, pushed over the 522 level. And this is something to discuss. I want to first off recognize everybody who's here. We have 35 people watching, 11 likes. Make sure if you're watching this, hit that like button. The biggest indictment on this channel when somebody first comes in here, they see 36 people watching, only 11 likes, they're going to say this content's garbage. We got to give them that positive reason. Give them an attachment to staying in here. The charts will keep them. I believe the vibe of the community goes a long way as well. So, Jan, welcome in. I greatly appreciate you tuning in, love. One Rough Recon, welcome in. First one, indeed. Noah, welcome in. We're going to the moon yet? Good, sir. No. Come on in. Welcome in. Trading with Jay, right? Crypto needs a dumb, improved time to be the god of this TA space. No. I mean, it will in time. It'll do its thing. But it doesn't matter It's already done a massive dump. From $1.66 down to 30 cents or 28 cents was a massive dump. Bitcoin from 60 to 15,000 was already a massive dump, but I believe there's room for more. But we have to see how it plays out. Come on in, no dump morning pump. Diplomat, I don't like him. I don't trust him. I think he is a puppet. Of course he's a puppet. He is a puppet, but that's who we have to watch. That's who we see in front of us. And that's who, unfortunately, is the head right now of the SEC, is the chairman. So, I mean, you can like him or not, but he's telling you what's about to happen. Darren, welcome in, mate. Appreciate you tuning in. Diplomat, we will drop to 20. I believe in time that will likely be the scenario, but you never know in the environment. South Africa, please don't forget ADA coin. Hey, we touched on ADA coin last time too, so we'll see if it moves in the flow. Mario Montano, welcome in. Lana, welcome in. How many people are in here? 46 people already. Holy smokes. 26 likes, 46 people. Make sure you hit that like button. Really does help push me through the analytics. Crypto Scrooge, Tom, how's it going, brother? Caught the live at the right time. You sure did. Just starting out, my friend. Appreciate your continued coverage on Solo as well, and Corium. Tadadale, what should I do with 5,000 XRP? I am lost. What do you mean? It depends where you bought them, but I don't sell my XRP, especially under $1 when I buy them at 35 cents on average or lower. But it's a hard thing to say. What do you do with 5,000 XRP? If you bought them at a bad price, buy more if we deep dump. Seems like a simple philosophy. Bitcoin 20 or 25K. We'll discuss that. We'll discuss that right now while we're doing this live. Good question. Joseph, thanks for your time. I appreciate that, Joseph. Diplomat, love you back, brother. Jordan, getting some FOMO on these prices. We sure are right now. But remember, with what's coming out with XRP tomorrow, this is why I put the headline, the title. It's XRP's inflection point. Are the bulls going to push XRP and pump it, you know, in anticipation of the Hinman documents finally being released? They can play off the emotion, and you very well could get a pump and then a dump leading into tomorrow, or we'll see if it's something more. We'll see if something more happens. Conrad, Hinman emails, indeed. I believe that's what's really going on here. Zockstar, welcome. Wow, so many people in here already. 52 people. I greatly appreciate everybody. Just make sure you hit that like button. Up to 38 now. That's fantastic. So, if we take a look at the XRP price, first and foremost, we've done pretty much what we need to do to push this up. It's just a matter of, can we finally push and hold the 522 and ultimately get past 537 and hold it. Every time we push over 537, we get rejected. We had back here here, let me pull the arrow out. And this gets concerning a little bit, but we are consolidating. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different times we failed in the 2-hour time frame. Then we had another one here in the 2-hour time frame. Then we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 in the 2-hour time frame right here. Now, is this a bull flag forming? And can we push up? We managed to hold the 200-day support like we needed to. That was a section where XRP could not fail to afford to lose this area. Because if we're trying to make a pump here with the Hinman emails, this has to hold, and this has to play out to be a bull flag. Yes, we came down and dumped like we talked about in last night's update. I had to come out at like 11 p.m. or 11:30 p.m. because it looked like we were faking everybody out. We pushed up real quick on no substance. So we had to come back down and confirm the move up. And in the 30-minute, it was bouncing up and down. But I stayed in the 2-hour, and it showed. Last night, it had to come back down and hold this. Now the 20 days moving up. But last night, it was a little bit farther down. It came down pretty nicely and held that 20-day. The 200-day, it's holding on as well. It's running through here. So we're holding this pretty nicely right now. So now we're looking to see if we can come up a little bit higher. We need to come up to 537 after we can get over and hold 522. If, in fact, we're destined to do that, which it kind of feels like to me right now. If this bull flag is looking bull flaggy like we've been saying, can it push out of here? This would be a nice, I mean, it would be a little bit of a weird recovery, but if you look at the daily, let me take this off. I mean, it's possible we're holding here, but we're being squeezed right now. We've got to get up over here. If we don't get up over this zone, it's going to be a lot of trouble. And yeah, this I know a lot of people that are new, if you're just coming in for the first time, you'll be like, oh my God, this chart is, what is going on here? Well, there's a reason why we have to have this chart up here. But if this is a nice reversal here, we'll see. We'll see if this is the start of something. But if we get rejected in this area or get a smackdown at 537, that would not be good. But right now we're starting to put something together. Looks like a W is starting to form there. Oh yeah, I got to show you what I promised. So the reason why we use this, we had this ascending pattern, so whatever you want to call the triangle. It broke out. We made an inverted head and shoulders pattern here. And now, this is the thing. Let me redraw this, because this is a bull flag in the 4 hourly. It removed XRP from the watch list. Why would it do that? But I'll show you exactly what could be forming here. So, broke down here, but then we came down, created inverted left arm, inverted head, came up, created an inverted right shoulder, it looks like. Now, if we're creating a cup, the handle right here, like an inverted cup and handle, or inverted head and shoulders on the cup and handle, but it's a bullish handle on the cup, this could possibly swing up, and it should finish this pattern at some point right there. That's why, if this formation right here is a bull flag, this should push us up to that 58.5 cents. And it has not invalidated that movement. The other thing that, until it invalidates it, and let me draw this back, because it made the W reverse, and then it'll be easier to see. Then we came up, now we got this wild volatility, but if that's the cup and handle and it's building the handle there, this technical target hasn't finished off until it pushes it up there. Then it decides, what are we going to do here? What do we do in this zone? That's what we would decide. So, we created the W reversal down here on the inverted head and shoulders. Let me bring the drawing out again, the arrow, so you can see better. So, finally had a break out of this, what looks like an ascending pattern, or symmetrical triangle, descending triangle. I don't really care what you call it. I call it everything now so that I don't, offend anybody. So it broke out, hit the major resistance, came back down, consolidated, created inverted head and shoulders on the breakout point, pushed out. This looks like a bull flag in the longer time frames. The 2 hour, yes, it was tricky. But when you look at it in the 4 hourly, this still looks like it's got an integrity of a bull flag here. A big consolidation. And now if this short-term bull flag holds, this really should finish off this pattern at 585. So to me, is it setting up a pump? It could be. Is it more than likely? Well, we'll know that if we lose 50 cents. The first sign is losing that 508. We never did. We came back down yesterday and we managed to hold it. So that's what we're looking at with the chart. I don't really want to keep looking at the charts. I like doing the lives and not always looking at the charts. We can talk more, and it makes it a better overall environment. So let me look into the comments real quick. Capo, the crash is coming, eh? Yeah, looking like it. Bull trap, and then we go down, and then sky is the limit. Yeah, I mean, I would anticipate. I still think it's in Bitcoin's best interest, and we'll look at Bitcoin's chart as well real quick. What about a cup and handle? Absolutely, Phil. I hope that I answered it while I was talking about that. But the cup and handle is exactly what I built on that inverted head and shoulders when I pushed the top. Did it move my other one all the way to the bottom? Gotta love it. Hold on. I gotta move this back. I don't know. I must have unpinned it on accident, and then I repinned it. Quick fix. So, yeah, the cup and handle. It absolutely has a cup and handle. It's absolutely cup and handle. That's this whole formation that's already filling out. We hit the first tier cup and handle, like the first real big tier. And this is where we had to put the first handle. This is what I was talking about. Is that a bullish handle on the cup? If so, it's going to bring us up to the top. So, but the initial cup and handle, this is putting a bullish handle. Where it's at right now on the 52.22, that is a bullish handle to push up. That is how you form a bullish handle on the cup. Exactly what we're doing. We even did a consolidatory dump for liquidity. I mean, that's a standard operating procedure if you want to move up to the next level. If this was meant to break down, more than likely this would have just came down on a head and shoulders pattern. But the fact it popped back up and now it's using the 52.22, that's it. You're going to get this or this. It's literally, that's how you're doing it right now. But right now, to me, if you're asking me everything, it looks more bullish than bearish. Even though they would like you to believe this is very bearish right now, that setup to me looks more bullish than bearish. Now, conversely, if we look at a pattern, and 60 cents would make sense. 60 cents would make sense because that's the broken formation from long ago at about 605. But look at Algo, conversely to XRP. Does that look like a good pattern? No. I was theorizing that when it dumped down, it would either start building an inverted head right there, but then it pushed right past it, or it'd come down farther down there and actually build the inverted head. So how much farther does this have to go? Well, according to if it falls back into this descending triangle formation, which I built, and now it's in it, if it gets rejected here, look out! That's where you get gigantic drops. So is that inciting something further in the market, or is Algo just getting beaten the crap out of? Because like I said in my video back in 2021, and if you don't know, you can watch my video from yesterday where I kind of played a small clip of it. Not kind of, I did. But I talked about this time what was going to happen, and XRP is going to gain clarity one way or the other before any others. And then all of a sudden, the Biden administration would start going after cryptos and ruling them secure. You know, that's exactly the environment we're in right now. So with Bitcoin, we're at 25,818. What are we saying? If we pump this 60 cents, I'll sell half and double up on the dump. Hey, nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. That's not a bad idea. Not a bad idea. Diplomat, it may go to 60, but 20 towards end of the year. Yeah, there's no doubt in my mind that the lowest lows likely aren't in, and I still think it's better than a 50-50 chance hit sub 20 cents. Some call me crazy, but you know, it's a 50-50 chance in my mind. Maybe a little bit stronger. Bilal, is AVAX a coin to look at? I mean, with this environment, I'm not going outside of my realm. I know the AVAX, but to me, I understand it's its own thing and it's got its own infrastructure, but I'm looking at particularly the ones that I have a vast knowledge in. I can't expand it too far into the what-if ones. But Algo, I mean, Jan, Algo has two choices. That's what I was trying to show real quickly, because we got to get into Bitcoin, and this is running long already. It's 17 minutes. But Algo's got a choice. We broke down out of that formation, and it was a disaster once we broke it. Let me pull up the other chart. Where is my other Algo chart? I literally just had it up. So it's either, I think it's either got to build an inverted head right here and try to push up, or if this pushes farther down, we got a long ways to go because that's in that descending pattern. So it's one of those two choices. We're either making a bottoming out right here for a short time at 9 cents. Now we can push up. If I had to guess, I'd say if it can break this 20-day right now, it should come up to about 1360 to confirm a rejection and then a further big drop down, or it's going to verify that that was a big dump, got liquidity, and now maybe it can come up a little higher. But that's not looking good. I'm not interested in Algo right now. I mean, I am, but I'm not interested until it kind of shakes itself and exposes itself. But Bitcoin, still, I mean, that's a bear flag. This has to break this formation. I'll continue to say this. XRP is running on a different formation than Bitcoin. So it's not, I don't believe it decoupled. I just believe right now they're running slightly different. So where XRP is showing that big inverted head and shoulders, I mean, Bitcoin right now is showing a bear flag. This is a prototypical bear flag right now. It really is. That's a bear flag. And I don't need to get into it and draw the 100% perfect diagram. That's a bear flag in the short term. And if it breaks down, it's going to get us right down to around that 24,400 level. Yeah, we're going to have a meeting with 25,194 approximately. But I'm not too sure that's going to hold. Now, if you look at the bigger, wider formation now, instead of looking at the immediate short term, there is a possibility. Let's bring this out into a longer time frame. Bitcoin could be bunching up here to make a play farther up, because if this is a bull flag, and that's what's being missed. Crypto screwed, you got a bad toothache today. Oh man, I've been there before in the past. Oh man, there's not much you can do about that either. I can't even really recommend anything because then I'll get banned like I found out before. Is this a bull flag? Is this getting the pressure Are we gaining pressure? We went up. Now are we gaining pressure as we're in this descending triangle? These are usually bullish reversals if you continue these, or these falling channels, whatever you want to call them. These usually build pressure and then they move up, assuming we don't lose the formation. And we're very close. This formation, that's why 25,194, you can't lose that formation. That's when it starts to get dicey. Yes, you could come down to 24,400 and still maintain the integrity. But, man, I wouldn't want to come down much farther than that. I'll be honest with you. As of right now, though, this is standard operating procedure. Bitcoin went to 31,000. It sells out. It made a huge push up from around the 14,000 area, 15,000, all the way up to 31. Now consolidated down to 25,400 or 300 area. Gains the liquidity, and now if it wanted to explode, it could. That's how you could. That's what you would have to do, especially if it doesn't lose this. So that's a possibility. It really is. Like it is a possibility that this is not done. That this is in fact playing out as a bull flag that's slowly increasing the pressure, and it's going to get to a point where it gets small enough and it's got to blow up. I mean, that's what could be forming here. If I'm guessing, I would say that's, unless we break down and invalidate this formation, because this part could be the inverted right arm. So when the short time, remember we talked about the bear flag? That's why you bring it out in the longer time frame. What does this look like? Remember what we talked about with XRP? Drop, inverted shoulder, comes down to the inverted head, pops back up to inverted right arm. This could bring us up like XRP. Well, it won't go that high. This would bring us to about the 38,000, 39,000 area if this plays out like XRP. So that same exact formation we see in XRP, it's right there in front of us. That's a gigantic inverted head and shoulders there in the daily time frame. Am I wrong? Does anybody else see that? So unless it breaks down, that pattern is going to go. K&J, morning from New Zealand. Been following you for quite some time, Tom. Love your work and your incredible insights. Top book. I appreciate that greatly. So what does anybody think? Or what does everybody think? 47 people in here. I greatly appreciate it. We're 22 and a half minutes in. 55 likes, which is fantastic. I would greatly appreciate some insight. Is that an inverted head and shoulders pattern right before our very eyes? Is XRP actually building something? And is this a lot of fear and FUD? And really the time when you should be maybe paying a little bit more attention, when everybody's saying it can't happen or it won't happen, is there something more that is possibly transpiring here that meets the eye? Oh yeah, it absolutely could. It absolutely could. That's why we're saying this is valid until it's not. And that's why I keep saying 24,400. We don't hold that point. It's going to be very hard for me to believe this inverted head and shoulders is going to be able to sustain it without it dropping down and creating an actual, ready? If it does this, is it not a head and shoulders pattern? So we have to be very, very careful, folks. That's why when people say, oh, it can go up and down, you're right, it can go up and down, but we have an inflection point here. And if you don't understand it, it can become a very big problem. Does that make sense to anybody? Does that make sense to anybody? So, let me bring this back out. So, that's what I wanted to go over today. That's what I wanted to go over today. Jan, hoping for the drop. Yeah, I'm fine with it either way. I've done what I need to do. I'm putting the information out the way that I need to for everybody to get a proper understanding. And no matter which way it goes, I have a plan that can help. Helpful if down and validated. Oh yes, prosperity. It sure could. It sure could invalidate it. That's why we have to watch to see if that head and shoulders actually forms. Jan, I appreciate a prosperity fund. Yes, indeed. Blank property story. Come on and I think see what the bulls do in the morning. But if we hit 60, I'll be like a tick on a dog to see it dump. Yep, absolutely. I just, like I'm saying, I would love to see this inverted head and shoulders play out with XRP to 585 at minimum, just so we can finish off this pattern and see if we can get a proper rejection up there, or, you know, if we validate something a little bit stronger and the pattern's not over. But to me, it would be nice to get a proper validation and a proper rejection, you know, that would just be nice to me. Diplomat, read my message. We all must know if XRP win, we will go down big for big players to shop. Same happened to Microsoft and Tesla when they had issues with government. That's exactly what I've talked about many, many times. If we do win, you would get an initial surge, but after that, how high? Because after that, you're going to have a bunch of people that have been holding on to XRP that are going to want to get rid of it. You're going to have institutions that are going to want to buy lower. So it's not a guarantee that it's just going to skyrocket like everybody says. That's something I've been foreshadowing for 2 years. So I don't disagree with you. Diplomat, keep saving cash as opportunities still ahead. Absolutely, that's why I keep telling everybody, got to keep stacking up. Now let's see. 2 in a row, blank, absolutely. Above to warn members, got that through. No problem, Diplomat. I knew I missed one of them. I was reading it. I sometimes it blends and I feel like I actually talked about it. Do you set stop losses to buy back in or stop buys to ride the wave? Nope. Nope. When I buy, I just do accumulation. I don't need to do a stop buy. In my opinion, the stop buy probably won't even fill if it's the right time anyhow. I've had that happen in the past. But I don't like to do stop anything. No stop orders. I don't want them to know what I'm thinking in the market. So for that matter, I don't like stop losses. I don't like stop buys. I don't like stop sells. I don't like trading buys or trading sell orders. None of that. Trailing stop, trailing orders. I don't like any of that because then I believe it gives the analytical machine the best information where to come to liquidity zones. I believe the gaps are made in the CME gaps. Yeah, because the machine stopped pumping in certain exchanges but there's still some that are going, but it's got this calculation. So you'll get some like BitGet or some like Binance when it was actually going, or some like Crypto and all these other ones, and UPHOLD and KuCoin and all these different ones that have their own numbers. MEXC, every single one has their own number because they run their own analytics based on whoever is using, in my opinion, the stop losses. And why does this look so damn blurry? And oh, it was in portrait. I'm like, what the hell is going on? Sorry about that. I knew I looked a little blurry there, but that's why I don't like to use the stop losses and all that kind of stuff, or buy orders, setting them and all that. I just feel like in an analytical game, if the market manipulators are really manipulating the market, we can't make it so easy for them. I don't want to make it that easy. This message was held for review. I don't know why. We're going to show it. I do spot only as I am not mentally can handle this. Yep. No, in my opinion, everybody should only be doing spot. To do leverage trading is an easy way, ladies and gentlemen, to throw away your portfolio. If there's anything you learned from this live today as it's coming to an end, 57 likes and 51 viewing, fantastic. If there's anything you got out of this, don't leverage trade. The easiest and number one way for the exchanges to steal your crypto, they don't need to run away with your money. All they really need to do, and this is the honest to God truth, and this is the untold truth, they don't need all the exchanges to go away to steal your money. All they need to do is offer you fancy bonuses and fancy incentives to leverage trade. Oh, all you have to do is 3x and you can 3 times your XRP. Well, what happens when you have a 25% drop? What they're not telling you is the liquidation isn't 100%. Oh no. On a 3x, you might only need a 23.5% drop, and that's the exchange conditions. So you didn't even need to fall the whole 100% to be liquidated. Ask a lot of people who leverage trade. They know what I'm talking about. The higher the leverage, the wider the gap. It's all the watching, timing, and Tom's great help. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. I love the sentiment. Come on in. So does that make sense with leverage trading? That's the exchange's way to steal your crypto. I firmly believe leverage trading is there to legally steal your crypto. You're spot trading and you're accumulating. Even if you make a mistake, at least you still have the tokens. If you make a mistake leverage trading, you might have $5,000 that's liquidated in one fair swoop. One fair big push up on a candle, big move down on the wick. The body is way down. You know, they do it all the time. They do it all the time. And if you start paying attention to that, go into the 30-minute chart and start looking for these crazy liquidation candles. I mean, we just seen a bunch of them. A bunch of them. Just on Friday even. I mean, look how many people got liquidated, not just going short or going long. What about here? The shorts are like, oh my God, this is awesome. Liquidated. Longs like, oh my God, liquidated. Like, I mean, it literally just did it in a matter of hours. In every way. You could have either went long, you could have went short, but you're getting liquidated. So that's the dirty dark secret of crypto. They want you leverage trading. They will pay the influencer, convince you to leverage trade. I've gotten offers so many times to do it because they want your crypto. So if you got anything out of this, make sure you subscribe to this channel. It is my goal, if you appreciate my work and you want to show some support because you enjoy the work I do, or you just appreciate the work I do, you find it valuable to join Tom's Army to support my work, $9.99 a month. And then if you need to find a place to trade your favorite crypto, that's in the video description below. There's no spot fees on the places that I show, buy and sell, and then I send it to Uphold after if I use my buy XRP on BitGet or MEXC, but I just don't want to buy the spot fees on Uphold, so I had to find a better alternative, and then I send it there because I feel safer. And then if you want to show any kind of support, that's in the video description below. I really do appreciate each and every one of you. I believe these lives are growing very strongly. To have 50 people at the end of the live is incredible. I want to thank each and every one of you, and I hope you got something out of this. And I'll see you tomorrow around 2:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for the live. And I'll also have a short and another update out today on YouTube. So it's going to be jam-packed today. Go through the content, share it to somebody, and remember, be the best version of yourself. Because if you put out that positive energy, the proverbial thought is the law of attraction. So I put out positivity. Positivity finds me. I let go of that negativity. The negativity leaves because they don't have the hold they once had. So don't play the victim, but more so, play the victor. Don't play the victim anymore. We're the victors. The victor mindset. Don't have that victim mindset. If you have a victim mindset, you're setting yourself up for failure. If you have a mindset that you're the victor, that you're a champion, that you can succeed, it's going to find you because you're going to put in the work and the time. Mark, have a good one. Come on in. Thank you so much. Jan, love, really appreciate you. Diplomat, do your own research. Absolutely. That's the #1 advice. Come on in. Hit that like button. Absolutely. Thank you, Crypto Scrooge. Take care of that tooth. Take care of that tooth. Watch out for an abscess because if it's there, you got to take some serious action. Jan, thank you so much. And everybody, do your own research and have a blessed day.